This is Trent. Sorry I missed your call. Please leave your name and number. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Hello. Hi, Alex.
Hi.
It has been 2 months.
2 months.
We've recorded the Please Don't Call Me podcast, and there's a good reason why we haven't recorded for 2 months. Number one, life's been busy, but number two, we saw each other.
Yes.
So you don't need to catch up when you're together. Now, it leaves our faithful following behind, but we've had an exciting 2 months, and we have another exciting 2 months ahead. We're right in the middle. So we're going to do a summer season. We had season one. That was kind of during the school year, the fall and the winter.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're going to do a summer season, season two. Lots of summer themes, lots of fun. I plan on wearing floaties for some of the podcasts because I like wearing floaties. Alex, let's start this way. What is your favorite swimming environment? So, would you rather swim in a creek, a lake, the ocean, a backyard swimming pool? What would be your favorite swimming environment? And then, what is one thing you must take with you to that swimming spot?
Yeah. I'm definitely a swimming pool girl. That's just, I have nothing. Cricks, when you say crick, it sounds like it has bugs in it that like eat flesh. So
Totally.
I wouldn't go for that, but I have nothing against lakes or the ocean, but if I had to choose, I would choose the pool. It's just easier, cleaner, no sand. I can see everything in the water. Sometimes that's unfortunate that you can see what's in the water, but actually,
If you're thinking private or public, that makes a big difference.
See, I have a neighborhood pool. Actually, it's funny you ask because I went there today for the first time this summer. Thankfully, it was very clean. No Band-Aids or pieces of someone's weave floating because I've seen it.
Yep.
So I'm definitely a pool girl, and I have to bring, and I made this mistake today, I didn't bring a book or like my Kindle. And so I didn't last very long because you're just sitting there hot, and it's a little weird now because I'm sitting at the pool just trying to act like everything's normal, and my stomach moves of its own volition now. Not really, but the baby is kicking
the baby within
a lot. So I'm just trying to sit there and my stomach is just moving. And I'm like, if anyone looks over at this is very strange. So, but yeah, I'm a pool girl and I kept it short today. Tried not to burn. I think I was successful and hopefully I can get back out there soon. What about you?
Growing up, definitely a pool person. Well, we lived in the Midwest, so that was really, it was either going to a public lake, which wasn't my favorite.
Pearl Lake or something like that.
Pearl Lake or Lake Louise.
And they found like a flesh-eating bacteria in it.
Yeah, so that would turn you off. That would turn someone off. But I used to love pools, and my favorite, I know my mom would say, hey, so-and-so invited us to swim at their house. And my first question was, do they have a deep end? And is there a diving board? As a kid, deep end / diving board was my favorite. Now that I'm older, I'll be honest, I don't get in, but I do enjoy the ocean now because we've figured out how to keep the sand at bay for the most part. And I'll go in to cool off, but I don't really swim in it because I also try to catch sharks in the same water I swim in, and that's always weird.
That'll change you.
And you'll see manta rays floating by and stuff. So, but I think I'm more of a pool person. But I think one of yours and my favorite summer memories of water would be the Crystal River.
Yes. We don't swim in it, but we love the Crystal River.
Explain the Crystal River. And it's a big creek. It's a small river.
Yeah.
Large creek.
So up in Waupaca, Wisconsin, ever since 2001, Grammy and Papa had a cabin on Spencer Lake, and we had fun in the lake. Like we would go catch minnows, go out on the boat, we'd swim in the lake. I've done that. But most times we would visit, we would go to the Crystal River. We went the very first summer that they had it. I remember JT was 2 months old, maybe a month or 2 months old. And we went tubing down the Crystal River, not like being pulled behind a boat, just like floating, sometimes not floating, sometimes stuck, but floating down the river. So it was a decent size because we went with, how many people were there? Probably 15 people. Yeah. All the aunts and uncles, and Addison and I were the only kids other than JT was a baby, Peyton was a baby. But we went down that, and then we did it. I've done it several times as an adult, which were the funniest things ever when it was just the six of us. We've taken tubes, we've taken kayaks, we have flipped kayaks. Well, I haven't. You and Mom flipped your kayaks, which was ironic because you guys were supposed to be the ones that weren't going to flip the kayaks. So you had the car keys and the phones and all of that.
Yep.
We're lucky we got home that day. But yeah, man, when I think about that, I just automatically start laughing because we had the time of our lives, and just like, it's just a series of unfortunate events when we all go. Yeah.
There's a lot of snags. There's a lot of trees because they let it sting. Well, it's not too clean. Not clean. It's very clean. It's a spring-fed creek. I mean, it's totally clean, but they let the rocks get in the way. They let the trees get in the way, and you got to navigate around them. I have scars on my back from when I was a kid from getting scars from falling off my tube and hurting my back. So, but that's a wonderful family memory, Crystal River. So if you ever get a chance, Central Wisconsin, go for it.
And I have to say, sadly, there are no crystals in it.
No.
Even though I was lied to as a child. I think you were reading us a book in the Chronicles of Narnia series, and there was a crystal river with crystals in it. And I mean, this was the year JT was a baby, so I was 5. I was 5 and Addison was 4. I didn't realize I was that young, but we believed that we were going to this crystal river and it was going to have crystals in it because Grammy was a trooper and bought these little like crystal marble things and put them on a rock, and we walked up to the river and we thought we found crystals, and we kept them and brought them home, and some random lady came over thinking we found actual crystals, and she was so excited.
It's one thing to trick you guys at 5 and 4, but to trick a 50-year-old lady into thinking, I mean, she thought, crystals? I can't believe it. She really flipped out, but it was a trick.
Yeah.
We got shiny stones at the craft store. I mean, that's what it was. So that's a great memory. So that's how we're going to spend our summer, Alex, talking about memories and looking forward. But let's get a little more in the near past. Some of the reasons why we haven't gathered on this podcast very much. You ended school.
Yes.
Alex graduated from law school. I don't know. There's been lots of things. But why don't you talk about the end of school and your career, possibly, for now?
Yeah. So right before, literally the weekend before school ended, Ben and I had a wedding to go to in California. So we flew out on a Tuesday night to California. We're there Tuesday through Thursday. Friday morning, we flew back to Georgia after the wedding. And then we had to hop in the car right off our flight and drive. I think it ended up being about 8 hours up to Virginia so we could get there in time for Addison's law school graduation. So that was just a crazy weekend, but we did get to see each other that weekend, and it was great. And we saw Addison and Jeffrey, my future brother-in-law.
We stayed in the most awesome Airbnb.
Yes.
They had 3 full-bodied stuffed black bears. How many elk? 4 or 5 elk, 5 or 6 deer.
A full deer, not just like the head, like a full deer. 1.5 otters.
Yep.
There was 1 whole otter, and then 1 otter, it was just the chest up, and we don't know what happened to the bottom.
I'm sure it happened, an unfortunate accident.
There was a bunny. There
turkeys.
I mean, yeah, you were brave because one of the black bears was like.
So the black bear slept, or no, I slept, but the
below
black bear was perched about 15 feet up. It had a very high ceiling. The black bear was perched on a log, or it would look like it was hanging out in a tree right over our bed. You looked up and there was a black bear looking at you, deciding if he was going to eat you or not. I am not exaggerating. It was an awesome house. It was a log cabin out in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, it was so cool.
But the taxidermy was a little spooky.
It was a little overkill.
Yeah. Oh, Man, I love taxidermy jokes. That was overkill.
Thankfully, the room Ben and I stayed in did not have any taxidermy because we got in at like 2:30 a.m. and but still walking into the house that's dark at 2:30 a.m. that you've never been in, and kind of looking around and just trying to take it all in, and you're like, because at first you think it's real, and then you're like, okay, that's not real, but you just kept finding. I felt like all weekend we kept finding more and more animals we hadn't noticed. But yeah, that was an adventure. Law school graduation was a graduation. Like, I think
you didn't get to go to the commencement.
That's true.
The commencement, Liberty, congratulations. Liberty did it. Their commencement, which is every student is welcome to come and walk, parade in front of the crowd. It took like 2 hours just for the students to be seated. It was in the football stadium. Natalie, my dear wife, your mother, picked the perfect seats. It was an amazing experience. Liberty does everything well. That was a great commencement. They had their Liberty Worship Collective, I think it's called, lead some worship. They had their choral group sing some songs. They had their band. Their poor band had to play, what's the song, What People Walk Down?
Pomp and Circumstance.
That's
All Hail the Chief.
That's for the president.
That's for the president.
Yeah. What, I don't know. Yeah,
that one.
2 hours. They played it for 2 hours. No kidding. Over and over. And it's not that, I've played that in high school. It is not that long of a song. So I bet they played it 50 times. And then they had one of their top board members speak, and he shared the gospel and the school's love for the Lord. And then the president spoke, and then they had the governor of Virginia speak, and Governor Youngkin, he was excellent. That was really cool. And then they did a drone / fireworks show.
That looked really cool.
That was really cool. But everything they do was great. So the commencement was great. Graduation was more like a graduation.
Yeah. A graduation is a graduation. It's not the most exciting thing, but you're excited for...
We hooted and hollered. So it was great.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey.
Yeah.
We hooted and hollered for him too.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a fun experience, and we were all together. It was it was like less than 48 hours, I think, but we were all together. So that was great. And then the weekend after that, I went to Texas for the very first time, and I attended a very special event. It was called Aquashella, which I'm actually wearing the free shirt I won.
Your hair's in the way.
Yeah. Aqua. Well, this just says C Chem, but it's Aquashella 2025 C Chem.
Is it like Coachella? Is that what they're trying to play off of?
It's like the aquarium festival. And my father-in-law loves fish. He raises and breeds fish. He has a ton of aquariums. Whenever I go to their house, I just park myself in front of the aquariums because I love watching the fish. He does such a great job. But this festival was funny because initially he only had a ticket. Like Ben's sister Amanda had bought a ticket just for Benny to go. And he was going to go by himself, and we were all going to go do something else. And then slowly everyone else was kind of like, well, I'm kind of interested. I'd kind of like to see it anyway. So we all ended up going, and it was so stinking cool. They had a live aquascaping competition where people are building like aquarium scapes. There's like this
tank or whatever.
Yeah, there's like all these aquariums, all these tanks lined up, and people are building different types of aquascapes, and there's like driftwood and dirt and like all these materials and piles, and you just go grab what you need and build it, and you had like 48 hours. It was really, really cool. They had obviously a ton of fish. We saw koi that were, I kid you not, absolutely huge. We saw the grand champion, and he's of koi. And we were talking to one of the guys. He didn't own it. He said, I wish I owned this fish. And we're like, well, how much is this fish worth? He said $15,000.
Oh, that's not funny. I was going to laugh at a grand champion koi, but not for $15,000.
Yeah, I'm like, I might need to get into koi farming if there's that kind of money there. But yeah, $15,000 for a giant fish that you don't eat, you don't play with. It literally is just the biggest koi, the most beautiful koi. They had tons of cool fish, other weird random animals, like there were hedgehogs, there were
When did they learn to
skinks, a
I'm
lot of
surprised.
like poisonous frogs. It was really cool. Animals, everything you could possibly need to outfit an aquarium, like little anemones that cost like literally this big, that cost like $75 for your tank. Like, just, it's a whole, I love going to things that introduce me to a whole new world
Mhm.
that I really did not know existed,
Didn't
but
know
it
either.
is some
Mhm.
people's whole lives.
I mean, we knew Walmart fish and Meyer fish, and now you're being
Yes.
introduced to a whole new world.
Yeah, like people will spend insane amounts of money on this. And it reminded me of the TV show Tanked. I don't know if you ever watched that with us.
I have a few
those
times.
those two guys that would build these elaborate tanks for like Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah,
And
like in stores, big giant.
yes, there it would be a whole wall or a giant pillar in Shaq's house or something like that. And they always think something's going to go wrong, and at the last
Mhm.
minute they fix it and it turns out great. And so it was reminding me of that show. And then one of the guys from the show was there, and I saw him, and he had such a great personality because I saw him and I was like, "Oh my gosh." And he goes, "Look," I was like, "It's you." And he goes, "It's you." And I was like, "Can I get a picture with you?" He's like, "Absolutely." And he was so funny. I was speechless. I think I turned bright red. I was just like, "Oh, it's just weird when you see someone that you've seen on TV like in person and your brain's like, is that who I think it is?" But overall, an interesting festival. It goes around the country. So like in a couple months it's going to be in like Chicago or Orlando or wherever. But it was a very interesting experience, and I'm glad I went.
Good.
But yeah, so went to Texas, and
So,
then
can I tell my, what's it called? Aquascape
yeah,
story? So, back here in South Florida, we had our own aquascape scenario. We have a money tree. You know what a money tree plant is?
mm-hmm.
Ours is named Johnny Cash. It's Natalie's. She loves it. She set it outside this weekend to get it some extra sun because you have to vary the amounts of sun it gets, helps it grow and whatnot. So she put it out on the edge of the pool, and either the wind
Or
or our gigantic dog's tail knocked it into the pool. So, and we have a saltwater pool. So or not the dog, something knocked mom's money tree into the pool, and it was in there for quite a while. We pulled it out. It happened Saturday. We're taping on Tuesday. It's still not dead. It looks all right. Now it's taken me 3 days to clean all the dirt out
I
of the
was more
pool.
thinking about the dirt. I wasn't even thinking
Yes.
about the tree. Oh man.
So we have our own aquascape. If you want to come over, it's probably not the same as scene or no, what is it? Something Cella,
Aquashella.
Aquashella 2025, but we had our own aquascape scenario here going. So
That was awesome. That's
I'm going to
awesome.
get in trouble for broadcasting the money tree ending up at the bottom of the
Yeah,
pool.
mom hadn't even told me about that, so you could tell
No.
that's a painful story for her.
Yep. Sad. So, all right, continue on with your summer.
Yeah, I
End of
mean,
school. Give me end of school. How did that go?
yeah, so we got back from Texas and then I had 4 more days of school. It was good. It was a lot of mixed emotions. For those that don't know, I'm not going back to teaching next year, at least not in like a classroom and not at my school, which I loved so much. So that was very sad, but I was also excited for summer, and I had to pack my whole classroom because they were moving buildings. And so I gave a lot of stuff to the next teacher, like all my decorations and binders and books and everything to the next teacher because I don't need them anymore. And so a lot of packing. So it was also just like stressful and I was distracted, but it was good. It was good. We always have a end of year party where we say aloha to school and aloha to summer because aloha means hello and goodbye.
Got it.
So did that. It was great. And yeah, I've been on summer break for I think 2 weeks now. So
Right.
yeah,
Congrats.
feels good.
Good. All right. What else, Alex?
That's pretty much been it for me. What have you had going?
Nothing exciting
Yeah.
other than in the graduation, which you talked about. It's been work and yeah, not much going on.
Yeah.
So we probably want to edit this part because that was pretty boring.
No, it's okay. Leave it in. It's
Yeah,
real.
put it in there. Real life. It's real life. All right. So I think we should discuss a few of the topics we're going to talk about this summer. One I want to talk about is movies. I finally feel like summer movies are back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a list of, I think it's been 5 summers where I did not care to go see one movie. I've already checked one off the list, but there are a lot of great movies this summer. Mission Impossible, which that's the one I've seen. We won't ruin it for you, but pretty sure that's impossible. We'll discuss it in detail. Some of those stunts are crazy. And then Lilo and Stitch live action. I think I need to see that.
Yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon live action. Want to see that.
I am very excited about that one.
Yeah. Superman, which seems to be more about a dog than Superman, but
who is Superman?
I don't know. I have no idea, but it's new. So the new Superman. I don't remember. There was a couple more, but it feels like we have some summer movies. And so I think we should talk about that throughout the summer.
Yeah, I think that would be good.
We'll do some disclaimers before we talk about them, but we need to do some summer movie talk. We should probably do favorite vacations or favorite places to go on vacation in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good. We will not be talking about the Grand Canyon because I have not taken my children there.
Even though we lived in Arizona for 10 years.
Yep, a couple hours away, but we never went. But we'll talk about other cool vacation spots. And then those of you out there in Please Don't Call Me podcast world, let us know what would be some summer topics that we can talk about.
Yeah, I'm excited about this. I am excited there are good movies this year. Since Ben and I have been married, we're coming up on 3 years this month, we have seen 4 movies in theaters. Wow. That's it. Like there hasn't been anything worth seeing except those 4. But now I'm like, oh, I want to see all the ones you mentioned, and I would be interested enough to actually go see it in theaters. So we will definitely have to talk about that. But yeah.
For us, our cheapo day is Tuesdays. They're only Tuesday level movies.
Right. You're not going to pay full price if you can.
Oh, did you hear what happened to me? We went and saw Mission Impossible, and it was me and Mom and Josiah, and we walk up and Mom says, 3 tickets, please. And you know how they have that little screen on the front that tells you what you purchased? So I didn't even look, but Natalie leans over to him and she goes, oh, I'm sorry. We don't have a senior with us. And he goes, oh, well, that's okay. He pushed the senior button for me. And I made a stink. I go, are you nuts? I am not a senior. And he goes, oh, that's okay. I think I embarrassed him. I was kidding, obviously, but dry humoring him. But he pushed the senior button for me. So I don't know, was he just doing it to give us a little bit of a deal? Because we're very friendly when we talk to people. So did we get the friendly discount?
Yeah, he might have been trying to do it just to sneak you a discount and not thinking you guys would notice.
Or he thinks I'm old.
What is the senior age?
I don't know.
Isn't
but it's
it like
not
65?
What I am. I don't know, Alex. It's not what I am. And it's not what I look. You're looking it up.
I'm looking it up.
Can you believe I paid the senior price for Mission Impossible? I'm younger than Tom Cruise. I shouldn't have to pay senior expense when you're younger than the guy who's in the thing doing his own stunts.
I think some people would just take this as like a blessing.
Don't. I mean, monetarily, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But his attack on my age, that felt a little personal.
Yeah, so it says in the United States, a senior citizen is generally considered to be someone age 65 and older. Don't you have like a solid 10 years before that?
I know, but look up what is a senior discount. I think that is different. When do senior discounts? Ask Grok. Grok will know.
It typically falls between 50 and 65.
Okay, then I am up for one.
Yeah.
I'm checking my resources.
That's not bad.
Yeah, 50 to 65. You're right.
I would take it. That's good.
IHOP has a special menu. Whoa.
Just for seniors.
Jump on that. That I like. That's a good idea. So anyway, I was mildly offended, but it was hilarious. Mom had a laugh. So did Josiah. They thought that was
That
hilarious.
is
So did the
funny.
guy. So did the guy behind the counter. So of course they didn't give me a senior discount on the popcorn. That's where you want
That's where they get you.
a discount. $55 popcorn. That's not true, but it's a lot.
It is
It's
a
a lot
lot.
of money.
Yeah, we never get it when we go to movies because
No.
it's just.
So we'll talk. We'll talk movies. We'll talk vacation. We'll do lots of fun.
Mhm.
We'll have to have a special July 4th episode. That's your favorite holiday, isn't it?
It
Your July
is.
4th.
Me and
You
Addison. Yeah.
get fired up for that.
Yeah.
So
That'll be
good
exciting.
time.
Yeah. Summer's a fun time. There's a lot of stuff to look forward to, especially in our family. We got bridal showers, baby showers, a wedding.
Mhm.
I don't know what else we have. I feel like there's more.
Well, there's more, but
Yeah.
it'll just come. We'll announce things as they
Yeah.
arrive.
It's a good
Cool.
summer to be in our family.
Yep.
All right. So I have something I want us to do for the end of our podcast.
Okay. I'm ready.
This is, I'm not calling you a senior citizen, but you probably haven't seen this trend on social media. But people will post like a reel and they'll say, propaganda I'm falling for, or propaganda I'm not falling for. And they'll list like all the things. If it's propaganda you're falling for, it's like all the things you like right
Okay.
now. Like things that, and if it's stuff you're not falling for, it would be like sleeping in or waking up before 7:30 a.m. or whatever,
Mhm.
all that stuff.
Mhm.
Okay. So I want to know your current propaganda you're falling for and propaganda you're not falling for. Can I start? Okay. Propaganda I am falling for right now is Rice Krispie cereal. I don't know why. I eat at least 2 bowls every day.
Toasted.
I just found out it's high in iron, actually. Like anemic people specifically try to eat Rice Krispies, so that's probably very good for me right now.
With sugar or just plain?
I do a little bit of sugar. Yeah,
Okay.
if it's in the afternoon, I just do it plain. The other propaganda I'm falling for, oh, have you seen the baby podcast videos people are doing?
Yes, I'm in. I'm 100% in. The only one that got ruined because it's not very good and they need to get better at it is Brant and Sherry. Somebody's
Oh, I didn't
doing
see theirs.
Brant Hansen and producer Sherry. It's not very good. I'm all in. You know which one's the best? And I don't listen to his podcasts.
Theo
I don't
Von.
care. Theo Von.
That's
That kid's face is his face in baby form.
I have never watched his podcast, didn't even
Me
know
either.
his name, but that pops up and I knew who it was.
Yep.
And I was watching it, like I recognized his face. I was like, I know who this is supposed to be. I thought he was like an actor. I didn't even know he was a podcaster. So I watched, I will not only like, I will watch those full videos now. I never would have stopped and watched a video of his before, but I watch every single one of them. And now, of course, the algorithm knows and they are coming for me. But
Have you seen The Office? Have you seen The Office babies? Those are good. Those are pretty good too.
The Office ones are good. There was another TV show that did it. Oh, people are doing it with Friends, you know, the show from the 90s. I can't, none of them, I don't know which character it's supposed to be. Like, I truly can't tell. That one's not very good. But yeah, the Theo Von one, I stop and watch every single time.
Yep. It's the best. We do not approve of what Theo Von says. That's our disclaimer. But
does he not?
Sometimes.
Oh,
some
okay.
of them.
Everything I've seen's been harmless, but yeah, I mean, that's most podcasts. Podcasts in general, I'm listening to a lot of podcasts. Not necessarily worth mentioning, just like having it on in the background. My pregnancy pillow.
Yeah? You're propagandizing that?
I will fall for that propaganda every day. It has saved my life and my back. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
It's like
on,
it goes all the way around your body.
Oh no.
Yeah.
A cocoon.
It kind of, yeah. It is so nice. And I wasn't going to get one because I had seen it on like social media and stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to get it. This is too, that's a waste of money. I'm just going to wrap myself up in pillows. No, this is like life changing. It is so comfy. I feel so supported. Here, I'll show you. I'll put a better picture on
Yeah, put a picture on. Oh yeah,
here.
boy,
But
that is a full on thing.
yeah, it
Put
is
a
just
boat
like
motor on it, and you could
a
go across the lake. Wow.
it's just like a hug, and you just feel so supported, and it is amazing. I'm probably going to use it even after I'm not pregnant anymore.
Does Ben have to sleep in another bed because that thing's so
It's
gigantic?
not too bad, actually. It's not too bad. Sometimes I come in the room and he's all wrapped up in it because that's how comfy it is. But he's the one
Nice.
that got it for me. I didn't even ask for it. He was probably tired of my tossing and turning and was desperate for anything that would help. So that is propaganda I'm falling for. And there was one more thing. I'm taking a nap every day.
Okay.
I know that is a luxury not a lot of people have, but
Yeah.
that is propaganda I'm falling for. Do you have any that you are falling for right now?
Yeah. My propaganda, the Lose It app. I'm into counting calories now, and it totally checks you from putting food in your mouth because you have to enter it into the app, and your little green arrow is going to go up, and you're only allowed a certain number of calories a day, and so before I would just grab, oh, there's a bag of chips. I know it's 200 calories, but so what? I'll work it off. When you have to add it into your phone, it keeps you from eating junk food.
Yeah.
I haven't had chocolate. We have a whole tray of brownies that some lady brought us because we were nice to her. Whole tray of brownies at work. Haven't touched them because I don't want to have to punch 190 calories
Into it.
into my app. So the Lose It app, I'm all in. I'm propagandaing Forrest Frank right now.
Yes,
I like him.
I do
I'm
too.
vibing him.
What's your favorite?
I don't know. I don't have any favorites because I do like the viral dance.
Yeah, Your Way's better.
Yeah, your way's better. But Noel's, I like watching his reels. His concert would be one I would go to tomorrow.
Mm.
I mean, if somebody said you got to drive 6 hours to go to a concert, pick one. I'd go see him because it just looks like a party. It looks like a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on to Forrest Frank. There's a guy on the internet. His name's Coach John, I think, and he does reels. It's called I Don't Cook, I Just Mix Stuff. And so he goes to like Costco and buys rice and this type of chicken and these vegetables, and he teaches you how to cook without actually not cooking. And so Coach John something, it'll pop up on your phone just because I mentioned it.
Yeah.
But so he's on. I'm propagandizing him. Stuff I'm not. I don't know. NBA Finals. Not interested. I wish Indiana. I'm definitely not vibing Indiana. I can't stand them. I do. I like Rick Carlisle, and I'm trying, but I can't. So I will root for Oklahoma City. I am not on the Indiana Pacers propaganda.
Is this
I'm also
because of
not.
Tyrese Halliburton's dad and what
Yeah,
he did
and
to
yeah, and
Giannis?
Halliburton.
Yeah,
He's a tool.
he's
And
hard to
then
watch.
I'm also not vibing or not propaganda
You're
the
not falling
NBA.
for the
Oh, there we go. I'm not falling for the NBA on ESPN. I'm so sad that TNT, Ernie Johnson, Georgia grad, and Shaq and Charles Barkley are all, they're going over there. ESPN will ruin it. And I've been watching, I guess I'm falling for old TNT, NBA on TNT reels that everybody's posting
Mm-hmm.
on the internet in honor of the old show. I think that's about it for now. But I like that. We can play that game every week if you want, Alex.
Yeah.
Things change, man. I am with the times. Even though I get senior citizen discount, I am
You're not
with
falling for that. It's
yeah.
good. I'm not falling for. I don't like having to go places where I have to wear like real clothes, where I can't wear like athletic shorts.
Okay. Got
If
it.
I can't wear stretchy pants, it's just I'm not
You're not
feeling
in.
it. It's
Okay.
like we got free tickets to the NCAA baseball tournament the other day,
Yep.
and Ben texted me, he's like, "Do you want to go?" And I was like, "Yes, that sounds amazing." And then like 5 minutes later, I realized I had to pick out clothes, and I was like, "I don't know." But it was too late. We had the tickets, so I had to go. But it was still a cool experience. What else am I not falling for? The heat. Like,
Is it warm there?
it hasn't gotten too bad yet, but I still don't love it. And it's like,
Mhm.
I know this isn't really that bad, but I'm already kind of miserable. Trying to think what else I'm not falling for lately. This is weird. Recipes.
Really?
You can call me Ratatouille. I have just started winging it when I cook.
Wow.
No recipes, just feelings, just going off of a vibe. And I'll look at a recipe to get like an idea of what to make and what ingredients I need. And then I haven't used like a measuring cup in I don't know how long. I'm just
for you
doing it. Yeah, that's probably it for me right now. But now I'll think about it more next week and we'll
keep it rolling.
Yes.
Snapping my fingers. It's always helpful. All right. I'd say we wrap this up. This was a good restart to season 2.
Yes. Getting back in the saddle.
Back in the saddle. Get the summer theme going. It's going to be good. We'll keep you updated on all that's happening. We got a lot going on and we're excited about it. Remember, this is Alex's chance and my chance to connect with one another, but we're welcoming you in. So it's good to have you with us. But Alex, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How's the baby? Well, yeah, give us a baby update. That's got to happen.
Yeah.
Every weeks and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Where you at?
The baby's good. We are at 25 weeks, which only leaves 15 weeks left to go, which is terrifying.
My math is correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Terrifying and exciting. So this week she's the size of an eggplant.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever seen an eggplant in real life, but she's the size of an eggplant.
Good sign.
Yeah, she weighs about 1.5 pounds. And this says she's 13 inches long, but she's been measuring a little longer. So she's probably like 14 or 15 inches long. So, and she is very active.
Yeah.
I'm not saying my child is special or anything yet. Like, I don't want to be that mom already, but this might be the most active child to ever exist because she is just moving and grooving all the time, even now at night. So, like, I have woken up from her deciding to wake me up. So she's just training me for when she's here and waking me up all night anyways. But yeah, it's been exciting. She's healthy. Everything's good so far. According to the doctors, and we did our hospital tour last week.
Baby classes?
We have baby class tomorrow night.
Nice.
Yep. It's like 3 hours long. So yeah. So
that's a baby seminar. That's not a baby class.
I know. So yeah, that'll be interesting. I don't think I'm gonna learn a whole lot. Maybe I probably will. Ben's gonna learn a lot. It's going to be a big wake-up call for him.
More for the dad.
Yeah, it'll be good. So yeah, lots of baby prep. We've rearranged our house for her. We have boxes full of gifts that people have sent us, which I'm so grateful for. But now we got to build dressers and strollers and pack and plays and all that stuff. So it's exciting. But yeah, we're definitely in baby mode over here. So
yeah, big shower at the end of the month. So very exciting.
Yes, for sure.
For all that to happen. All right. It's a good baby update. I have no personal updates of any type of that nature.
Keep us updated on the money tree on Johnny Cash. Let us know.
I will let you know. I think it might survive. It just needed a salt bath anyway. Maybe that helps it. Maybe it'll take off. I doubt it. We'll see. So we'll keep you updated. All right. Thanks everybody for listening to season number 2, the summer podcast. It's very exciting. And we're glad to have you. Alex, have a wonderful rest of your week.
Thank you. You too.
Everybody else out there as well. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Well, I need you now. I can do the dance. Would you?
And
search the world. I know the dance and everything. All right. Bye, everybody.